Finally! Oh! What the fuck was that? The fuck was that? What the fuck was that? I cheated it out. Oh, hello everybody, welcome back. No, I was watching my fucking live stream. Not rewatching it, just like watching. Yeah. Welcome to today's scary stream. Honestly, yeah, there's just gonna be a mix of random things. Probably just the same people I always fucking watch. What was I gonna say? I just came off an interview, maybe like 35:30, like hour and 30 minutes ago. No, no, 2 hours ago. There we go. Yeah, it's 7:30, and I am so fucking happy because apparently it went well. Who knows what that means? Maybe I'll get in or not. To getting interviewed about, right? Anyhow, why are the comments here? What? Oh, it was like previewed or whatever, huh? So hold up, let me go tweet this out. That I'm live today. Because we're not just watching like why this is scary. We're watching like story videos pretty much. This types of videos like I don't know how this one's gonna fare. Honestly, that image isn't like creepy, not even like uncanny. I'd say like it just looks unfinished. That's what I'd say. Got it. With my once in a month swing. Scary stream. Spooked with me. I am on just chatting, right? Imagine I'm like Splatoon. Hello, we'll get started in a moment. Also, what a bit of news. I'm living. Oh my god, I'm live. So my summer's gonna be like full of shit now. No rest this summer, probably. Uh, fuck. Also, I'm like hungry, but like not hungry at the same time. I don't know what my body's trying to tell me with that feeling. Because it's almost like I want to grab a bag of chips, but maybe it's because like I don't know. It's like final seasons, and I'm just like fucking so fucking not awful. It's just like stress, not stress. That's not just like weird. Oh yeah, there we go. There's my tags. As we by the way, I don't believe in ghosts. Just say so like if you are just like coming into my stream and like you think I'm gonna be like talking about how ghosts exist, that's not what I do. In fact, I'm just like these people want attention. Though I don't like, I won't shut you down or anything. I'm not that type of person. And I got a fucking haircut. Obviously. Like I think I said that like what? How long ago was it? Was it like a week ago at this point? Because it's Thursday. I got my haircut. I want to say Saturday. Yeah, it's about a week now. I remember it was live. Maybe that's Saturday. Oh fuck. Okay. I have some of my coricos. Yo, I can't see them though. They get chroma keyed. I'm gonna begin with like a weird story. So I was interviewed today, right? By the time the interview finished, I noticed because like here, there's this like weird cut that just formed, right? There's paper right here next to me. I don't know if y'all hear that. Y'all hear that? That's paper next to me, right? So I'm not sure if I got paper cut because I speak like this sometimes, right? But I'm like talking to somebody, I have to like move my arms. And like the odd part was that when the interview finished, I had like dry blood, like drops of dry blood, right here and right here on my hand, and I have no recollection of what the fuck, like why the fuck I had blood on my arm, not arm, excuse me, hand. Okay. Alright, so oh my god.
Mira, son de aquí, esos son de otro
Oh
lado.
my god,
Mira.
te escuchan, ¿sabías? ¿Cómo que? Sí, está bien chido eso.
¿Eso como tú lo puedes hacer?
No. So my dad showing me, like, what is that show called? ¿Cómo se llama el show? Se me olvida. America's Got Talent? ¿Es America's Got Talent? No, ¿verdad? Yeah, it's algo así, yeah. I don't remember what show it's called, but like, is that show where they do like magic tricks or whatever? Or like, they do like weird shit. Like all I remember is like the guy with the towel, and he was fucking naked, and like everybody was like, "Oh my god!" And then that was his performance. Yeah, that's what he showed. Yeah, but what was I gonna say? No, there were like two drops of blood, basically right here, one right here, and they were like big too, and it was super fucking weird. I swear to God. Like, I don't know. And then like I look at my other hand. My other hand's like completely clean. There's no. I'm wearing like the same shirt. There's no blood on my shirt. And I sure as hell no, I didn't fucking like bleed during the like get a nosebleed during the fucking interview. Because they would have fucking told me something, right? They'd have been like, "Son, you're bleeding from your nose, right?" Or something like that. Anyhow, it was weird because like I like the thing is like I was gonna say, oh, maybe like I bled from here, but like the thing is, when I looked on my hand, it was like fresh blood, not fresh blood. It was like barely like cut, like just barely got cut, and it was like bleeding a little bit, like fresh blood. It was like weird, and like the blood right here was like dry, and I was so fucking confused. I swear to God, it's like super fucking weird. And like I have proof because my dad fucking saw it, and he's like, "What the fuck?" It's super fucking weird. I don't know what to think about that. Other than like, I must have like, I don't know. I'm like, because like there's no other puncture. This is like the only cut I have on my fucking hand that was like made like new. Or yeah, it's like so fucking weird. I'm like weirded out because of that. But yeah, my interview went well either ways, as I explained earlier. I think. Hopefully, I said that before I began the story. Yeah, and then I have other news. On Tuesday, my professor for one of my classes, I don't know if was it Live Tuesday? I don't think it was. Said that like somebody in one of her other sections got COVID. So if I get COVID, that's it. That's it. I can't do anything else. Hopefully I don't get COVID because I really want to fucking pass my classes. Cause like that'd be shitty going to like university, right? Last week of school, having everything going for you, and then like taking like tests and feeling really fucking bad, like health wise, because like you got COVID on like the last week on finals week, right? That would suck. Yeah. Um. Like if I fucking get sick within like, because I feel like if I don't get any symptoms by like Saturday or Sunday, I'm done. Right? I'm clear. I have Monday till Thursday fucking clear for me. And yeah, and before we begin, I just want to mention, um, yeah, I haven't been live that often, as of the last month because school got a little heavy for a bit. I also was like, I just didn't want to stream, and we'll get back to playing games probably, because like next week's my last week, probably like after Friday. No, not after Friday, during Friday. And yeah, that's it. And like Saturday, so whatever the fuck my final grades are uploaded. Maybe like next Wednesday, like in 2 Wednesdays from now. Like not next Wednesday, like the 25th. Maybe I'll be like, guys, guess what happened? Blah 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 blah. Right? And yeah, I'll be like, I fucking failed my classes. Imagine, dude, that'd be so fucking sad. Oh my god, I'd be so fucking distraught. I swear. Like actually, um, but I was gonna say, and on the 26th is my sister's graduation, so I may not be live that day because I may be at a restaurant or something. I don't know. Yeah, I'm just talking about the dates, right? Yeah, I'll get started like now. So like, let me talk about like usually I have topics for today, right? But today's like all around, like just like in general, just to get into like, cause like honestly, May is such a fucking like what is on May that's like that relates to like a holiday? No, Columbus Day is like that's like a canceled holiday, anyways. Um, let's see. Yeah, I don't think there is. This like spring, not a spring break. What is it called? It doesn't. No, summer's just 21st of June. Yeah, there's like nothing going on. There's like spring, scary spring stories. Like yikes, I don't want to do that. So right, so like this is why I'm doing like in general stuff. I guess it's like gearing up for summer. But yeah, like I guess like I like what I want to say is like today I have like no. Oh my god, it's doing the bullshit again. My mouse is gone. Hello? Something's up. That's not normal. Okay, where's my mouse? Hello? Connect you up here now. That's not normal for a fucking mouse. At this point, I'm starting to think maybe it's not my mouse, and maybe it's like my computer, because like literally my mouse is gone. Even like I'm pretty sure you guys even saw that, because usually my mouse cursor appears on stream, and it hasn't appeared yet. It's fucking stupid, dude. Oh my god. It happened last time I was like reacting. It's like the dumbest thing ever, I swear. Look, look, look. Where's my mouse cursor? Oh, there we go. Look, it's gone again. I think it's a fucking Windows 11 fucking thing. That's it. I'm fucking downgrading. Next time I stream, I'll be like on Windows 11. Windows 11. Fuck me. Windows 10. Yeah, I at this point I think it's a Windows 10 issue. I don't think it's a Chrome or anything weird like that. Yeah. So like I said, this is like an overall thing, and hopefully that thing, the glitch stops being annoying. Because if it's annoying, I don't know what to do. Oh, there's pizza. Hold up. I just realized that. I'm gonna go heat up some pizza. Maybe like halfway through like the stream today. Yeah, have water. So let me talk about this. So let's begin with this, right? Like I mentioned, this doesn't look creepy. It doesn't look uncanny either, right? It just looks unfinished. Image right here, and I don't know what Tub is gonna cover. He usually doesn't even do creepy stuff. I'm pretty sure just is like I don't know what the fuck it's called because like his content isn't like scary. It's like weird. It's like all around. It's like covering misconceptions. That's what I describe him as. Like the dark web strangest websites finale. Like I don't think he's like exposing anything, right? I think he's just talking about it. Anyhow, I'm not like a follower of his or anything like that. Just kidding, no. Like I'm subscribed to him, but like what I mean is like I don't watch him like often. Oh, is this a fucking robot? It reminds me of those what are they called? I think the Koroks. It's the Uncanny Valley. I'm just kidding. Yeah. See, I fucking told you all! The Uncanny Valley, it's a thing. It's a psychological thing. I told you all. I mentioned it, see? Yeah, no, those are all like psychological things. Maybe he's like psychologist. Hold on, what was I gonna say? The reason I know about that term, Uncanny Valley, is because literally like every creepypasta person ever like says like Uncanny Valley at some point.
Also, thank you to Astragal for suggesting this video topic.
Uh,
Uncanny Valley.
yeah.
So, the Uncanny Valley is a phenomenon introduced by Masahiro Mori in the 1970s. It's used to describe the relationship between a human-like object and the
Ooh,
emotional response.
like me, I'm a human-like object.
Two eyes, two ears, a nose, a mouth, eyebrows, and hair. But why does this image look normal, and this one just looks like something straight out of here? That's because what we're looking at is almost
Yeah.
and our minds can recognize that. If we take a look at this chart,
But like it's some things have some things are just off.
likeness. We're very familiar with stuffed animals and industrial robots. However, the closer the object is humans, the closer they reach the uncanny valley. A state of
Yeah.
mind that makes us extremely uncomfortable
Oh my
because
God.
what we're looking at is a threat. All we know is that they're almost
Like
human.
I look like a movie prop. I don't know why.
Uncanny
I
valley
look like a robot.
on what exactly makes us feel uncomfortable. For context, Masahiro was a Japanese roboticist, most known for his research in human
Roboticist, roboticist. Just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm joking.
In the effect of movement
Huh?
section, he states, for example, one robot had 29 pairs of artificial muscles in the face, the same
Yeah.
number as a human being, to make it smile in a human-like fashion. According to the designer, a smile is a dynamic sequence of facial deformations, and the speed of the deformations is crucial. When the speed is cut in half in an attempt to make the robot bring up a smile more slowly, instead of looking happy, its expression turns creepy. This shows how
Yeah.
because of a variation in movement, something has
Hold up. By the way, for this robot right here, I feel like the low quality almost makes him look more real. Like if like I was like seeing this guy from like far, I honestly feel like like I just mistake him for like a real person at this point. Like keep in mind this is like HD 1080p. I don't know if y'all see that. Like it's crazy how good that looks. That's more artistic.
Or a prosthetic hand could easily tumble down into the uncanny valley.
Yeah.
That is a great part of the uncanny valley. It's
Dude, oh my
one thing to see a
God.
creepy robot, but if that dude blinks at me, bruh, I'm dipping the fuck out of there. Our minds are set to recognize that movement coming from
Why is he afraid of like blinking robots? I'm just kidding. No, imagine just like, did he say winking or blinking? I fucking missed that. I'm like, it's like my mind's like second guessing itself.
a bird, a fish, your Uncle Jose. But this sensation
Oh
of
my God.
eeriness runs through us when we see a human-like robot. Now,
I don't have an uncle named Jose actually.
there's not really a specific
I have neighbors. Like I swear to God, like everybody's like, oh yeah, tengo un tío que se llama Jose or something like that, right? I don't have any uncles named Jose, like at all. Like they're all named like very very interesting names. Like for example, yeah, like literally like my tia Blanca is Blanca, like that's her name. I guess it's like in French, like the closest thing to that would be like Blanche, right?
human-like robot. A fish object is most likely
Oh, is that what it say?
a caterpillar,
Yeah.
a dog, a bird, a fish, your Uncle Jose. But this sensation of eeriness runs through us when we see a human-like
Yeah.
robot. Now, why? Why do
Oh,
we
that's
feel
hard to
that way?
tell apart.
There's not really a specific answer. This is just a phenomenon that everyone seems to agree on. But many people theorize that the reason us as humans have this sharp emotional ability to recognize other humans is
Mhm.
because maybe at one point recognizing other humans was a living necessity. Again, that's just a theory.
Yeah.
Not a game theory. Or
Because we had to differentiate between other species. I'm just kidding. No.
there'll be some aliens
No.
on Earth.
Really, what it was is just like
Uncanny valley senses.
I don't know.
You'll be able to be like, that fucker is
I think this principle underlies in like discrimination, psychologically wise, right? Not like we don't discriminate against each other and like we describe ourselves as like human, like oh you don't look like me, you're not human. You know what I mean? We don't do that. No, instead what we do is like we have like a certain perception of how somebody should look, and I think that's the sense of discrimination.
So,
And I can even switch it up. Discrimination. The ability to perceive and respond to differences among stimuli. Yeah, and like you can like that's like the broad interpretation. It's like a more what do you call it? Prejudice and discrimination. Well, behavior or actions. Yeah, see, that's the one most people use. Discrimination is unfair, prejudicial. It's like, what the heck is that? It's a good picture, not gonna lie. Really teaches like. Okay, this not so bad. The way I fucking describe that is like so fucking bad. Like anybody that fucking does psychology, hopefully.
Or an artist avoid the uncanny valley? Well, Masahiro Mori explains that this can be greatly avoided by not combining robots and humans. Many
Yeah.
problems will be faced, including that of false smiles. When robots seem disingenuous smiling simply because they don't
Yeah.
have the muscles our face does, and their movements are far more coordinated than ours. We've talked enough about the uncanny
Mhm.
valley. Now let me give you some specific examples. Tara the android. If you have watched previous videos on my
Oh
channel,
my God.
you might remember us talking about a video called I Feel Fantastic.
Yeah, that one. It's really old. YouTube. It even breaks down into like a song.
It began gaining popularity in the 2010s due to being extremely
Uh-huh.
creepy. The video depicts a female robot singing with a text-to-speech voice. Since this is the internet, rumors started spreading that the creator
Yeah.
of the video was a murderer and other weird stuff, but no, just another
Exactly. I remember that. They're like, I think like Chills covered it, and because like Five Nights at Freddy's is like fucking like popping off. Then he was like, did somebody murder the security guard and stuff them in that robot? Right? And I was like, at that point, I stopped watching Chills for like a fucking month. Because that was so bad.
created by John Bergeron in 2003.
Yeah, it's an old video.
Videos were made. It just so happens that I Feel Fantastic was re-uploaded onto YouTube either by him or another person. and
Yeah.
went viral. It's obvious the creator was going for an unsettling vibe with the use of the robot, dark synths,
Hmm?
odd voice, and overall disturbing atmosphere. Visiting androidworld.com/prod68.htm will lead you to a buying page where apparently you can buy a DVD with 5 3-minute songs by Tara. I mean, they have a working PayPal link.
Whoa.
But in all honesty, you're probably not going to get what you ordered considering the website was created in 2004.
Yeah, it's so old.
Medal of Honor Warfighter. Medal of Honor Warfighter is a video game developed by Danger Close Games, released in 2012 for the 360, PS3, and PC.
Wait, why is he talking about a game? What?
Robots, they do create very unsettling avatars, resulting in
Oh.
valley.
Okay, yeah, so like the
So you picked him up.
virtual space or virtual world, I guess.
That didn't work.
Well, keep Michael in your hip pocket. That way when...
Yeah.
Isabella.
Oh, beautiful. When Isabella shows up with her cute friends, Michael can...
They do look a little like.
What? That's how I met...
Hold up, Resident Evil. There's like some. It looks like them. I don't know. Like, what instantly comes to mind is like the models they're using for like the characters, right? There's like something out of like Resident Evil, like I don't know, like something weird's just gonna come out and just like grab them. Or something
God
weird.
bless older sisters. That's me. Yeah.
Okay, I'll take that as a chance to hit the ladies. Married to that man for 22 years. And one of the things I've learned that some of the other wives didn't is that it's better to have them happy than to have them safe.
Now, what's the difference between these player
Yeah.
models and player models in a game like GTA 5? Well, GTA 5 had a far greater budget, which meant they could hire actors, not voice actors, in motion capture suits, and in general afford better
That's why also the Uncanny Valley kind of makes like
Rockstar always goes all out with
no, well, no, I can't just say that because I don't know.
LA Noire.
Like it's kind of related to why we find T posing kind of funny, right? Because it's just like wonky.
technology, which is also meant to skip over the uncanny
Yeah.
valley because their characters actually look good. On the other hand, animating 3D characters by hand, or at least without a big budget, and trying to make them look hyper realistic cannot
Yeah.
lead to an ugly design, but very awkward.
To me, it's like the hair. The hair is like a little like exaggerated.
Maybe I should say this again. This is a phenomenon, not a fact. I'm
Oh my gosh, she's tough like a fake model. I'm
Looks
just
like
kidding.
the uncanny valley. But the game made $1 billion 3 days after its release date in 2013, so
Yeah, and also like the type of models it uses aren't really realistic. They're more like
afraid of the Chuck E. Cheese animatronics.
I wouldn't say cell shaded, but like they're closer to like
Blinking. You're not supposed to blink.
models of back then
Now that I'm
in the
older,
day.
I actually invented a piece of body protection that actually scares the Chuck E. Cheese animatronics and lets them know to not fuck with you. It's the Earl hat. Look at that. It's the Earl hat.
Oh my gosh, she's gonna start like
I don't exist sweatshirt.
gonna start his merch. He's gonna start selling us his merch.
In the US, we have Alexa. In Japan, they had Telenoid.
Oh my god. It's kind of cute. Okay, but like that lighting doesn't help anymore.
Created in 2010 by Hiroshi Ishiguro, Telenoid was a telecommunications avatar which meant that when connected to your phone, it would mimic the other person on the line's facial movements, and their voice would come out of the
Yeah.
robot to quote.
I guess it helps like lonely people or like older people, right?
It is also 31.5 inches tall and has short limbs in order to make it huggable. Yup. So if you get horrible news and you're receiving it through a telenoid, all you gotta do is pick it up, hug it, and start crying. And then probably crying even harder, you're hugging a fucking telenoid. The whole idea was very non-ideal because the other person had to use a webcam and a specific software in order for the telenoid to work. So
Oh wow, yeah, that is impractical.
Hey, you guys should buy a webcam and also download a specific software. No one
Yeah.
This was supposed to be the next.
And then like say like you're on the road and you're trying to talk to your like relative that has one of these. Like of course it's not gonna work because you need the program.
Price starts at $8,000 for the consumer version and $35,000 for a research version.
Wait,
Flashed face distortion effect.
oh like 3,500. I'm like 35,000. I'm like what the fuck?
In front of you are
That's such a
faces that
markup.
begin to change semi-rapidly.
Yeah.
I'd like you to stare at the cross.
Does it emerge them or something? Or they start looking the same?
Keeping your eyes focused on the cross, you should begin to notice that the faces become distorted and begin to have
Oh, I
new
know.
facial features. This
Yeah, like the noses and stuff for me, for example, like they get bigger.
distortion effect, aka FFD.
Yeah.
But why do these images become alien-like? This is because our brain is trying to fill these gaps through peripheral vision using
Mhm.
our memory. Obviously, it has a hard time doing that, and the flickering
Yeah.
of images doesn't help it at all either. Our brain does its best to detect faces, which is why we see faces on random objects. This part of the brain is called the amygdala, a section of our brain that is commonly thought to form the core of a neural system,
You know, this video reminds me of how YouTube used to be.
including detection of.
Maybe it still is. But like what was I gonna say? Nowadays you really don't hear like the background of like what may cause this. All you hear is like, did you know they found a cure to cancer? And then like they just go on and talk about like the one thing and don't relate it to like anything similar.
Threat and activation of appropriate fear-related behaviors and
Like
responses.
the previous research that has been done there.
Today, the FFDE is a
Like I guess like the side show does, right?
facial detection skills. Since
I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm just like ranting. I think that was like a rant. That was like
glance,
me just making up like a straw man. I don't know.
illusion. Here's a normal image of me. Look how
Oh my
hot I am.
God.
Then we flip it around and oh wow, I'm hideous.
Yeah.
You can do this. All it takes is a photo editing.
You
software.
just need to like turn the eyes upside down and the mouth.
Flip your mouth upside down and then flip that image 180 degrees. This illusion is the best supporting evidence as to how our brain just assumes.
I swear I haven't watched this video.
normal.
Yeah, this is like the most normal video we're gonna watch, by the way.
Here's what the previous phenomenons and illusions fall under.
Is it like when you think you see something there?
Recognize and interpret one's environment, aka our brains just assuming things. If you
Yeah, okay, okay. Cause like with me, like I swear, you know, like when people are like in scary stories, they're like, guys, I swear, I think I sometimes see like shadows looking at me through my peripheral vision. Like when they say that, it's always this. Just assume like they're normal, right? It's like they are. It's like a normal thing that happens to like everybody. Cause like literally for me, sometimes like I look at the floor and then I'm like, oh my god, I see a bug because like I don't know, scared like not scared of bugs, but like it's just like really uncomfortable when I see like a bug in the fucking house. It's like then I'm like I have to find it, right? And then I get like not OCD, but like you know I get like where is it, right? It's like whenever that happens to me, like on a like it'll happen like maybe like once a year, right? Where like randomly I think I see a bug out of my peripheral vision. I'll look for it and I'll be like, where the fuck did it go? Right? Like it's not there because it's something your mind made up.
brains don't
And also like what was I gonna say? This is like how some people see like shadow people.
assume things for us. Let's take a look at
Oh,
this
don't know.
video. This mask is not going to change in direction of rotation.
Oh my god. Oh wait, but I don't think that's what he's talking about then. Yeah. We think we see something there. Oh my gosh.
However, our brains do like to assume that it's facing us. Now,
Yeah.
there are a lot of examples of the visual perception theory, though that video was probably the easiest and best one. The way I like to explain it is just assuming. Our brains just think they know everything. I don't know why. I don't know why she thinks she knows everything. The next theory for visual
Yeah.
perception is called the bottom-up theory, and that means understanding a concept's individual components before we understand the whole thing. For example, if you were to individually analyze my mouth and eyes in this image without me rotating it,
They look normal.
you'd be like, wait, that's not right. But that's simply too much work for us.
No, like I mean, like
Let our
the orientation, right? Like
assume
when you look at the whole thing,
so.
like everything looks normal, but until like you turn it like
Creepy because it falls
the other way.
the uncanny valley, and also he's pretty fucking ugly.
Okay.
Hey guys, thanks for
That's the
watching.
end of the video.
Hope you guys
But yeah,
enjoyed.
that was an interesting video. I trust more of the facts that he said versus mine. It's like I am just like everywhere. Oh wait, yeah, they got rid of the views. I was like, wait, why don't I have any more views? Yeah, that thing doesn't exist anymore. It says like on my Twitch stats for OBS, it says views, and I've been like, why are my views stuck? Like, honestly, I would kind of rely on like looking at my views to see like if there are new people coming to my channel. Now it's gonna be a little harder to gauge, but at the end of the day, the views counter was really fucking useless. So what was I gonna say? Yeah. So that was a pretty normal video, right? Your typical like YouTube video, I guess. Now this is gonna be like more story oriented. Oh my god, dude! There's like a fucking cow tongue. Oh my god. And then there's like corpses. I am going to skip those categories when we get to them. There's like one more. This is one I wanted to watch for a while, but I haven't because I haven't. History of the Myrtle Plantation. Oh, okay, yeah, shit. Wait. To see, I skipped. I went like that to there. So next up, we're gonna watch the Dover Demon one. I forgot what I was seeing. Fuck. This is like an old one. And I'm not sure they see it anymore because I think it's just like once. April. Yeah, Massachusetts. So we're gonna learn about it. Oh my god, my throat is like itchy.
America's northeastern states are a vast region of rolling woodland and mountain ranges, which are allegedly home to countless cryptids, seemingly able to traverse the unsettled areas of these states largely undetected. In April of 1977, the inhabitants of one small town in rural Massachusetts...
Yeah, they saw the Dover Demon. It had red eyes, long fingers or whatever.
Join us as we investigate the legend of the Dover Demon.
So I'm gonna have this replay because it's a good 30 seconds. And I need to go out.
America's northeastern states are a vast region of rolling woodland and mountain ranges, which are allegedly home to countless cryptids, seemingly able to traverse the unsettled areas of these states largely undetected. In April of 1977, the inhabitants of one small town in rural Massachusetts would catch an unwanted glimpse of one such creature. Join us as we investigate the legend of the Dover Demon. As her boyfriend Will had continued to steer the car through the winding country lanes, Abby Brabham sat beside him in the passenger seat, silently willing him to say something. The couple were on their way home from a party, during which an altercation had occurred between them. She had made an off-the-cuff remark about their relationship, which had caused him to lose his temper with her. It had only been 5 minutes since they had left, but those 5 minutes had seemed like an eternity, as he had still not said anything to her. She was beginning to worry that this might be more serious than she had initially believed. Sighing, she peered out of the passenger window at the surrounding countryside, as the passing tree lines and fields were briefly illuminated by the headlights of the car. By now, they were only a short distance from her home, leaving precious few minutes for Abby to try and resolve the situation before being dropped off. The 15-year-old was still frantically trying to think of a way to break the tension when she suddenly caught sight of...
Oh, what's happening? Fuck, I'm sorry, we're gonna have to put this back again.
by the head.
That was 2 minutes? Okay, so it turns out I'm not heating up pizza, I'm heating up, de agua? Otherwise known as Maruchan. I'm just kidding, no. I forgot what it's called. It's for Nissan.
As her boyfriend Will had continued to steer the car through the winding country lanes, Abby Brabham sat beside him in the passenger seat, silently willing him to say something. The couple were on their way home from a party, during which an altercation had occurred between them. She had made an off-the-cuff remark about their relationship, which had caused him to lose his temper with her. It had only been 5 minutes since they had left, but those 5 minutes had seemed like an eternity.
Fuck, I forget if he gets on the shield or they just see like not crash, but like they just turn on the lights and then they see
That this might be more
the tree.
serious than she had initially believed. Sighing, she peered out of the passenger window at the surrounding countryside, as the passing tree lines and fields were briefly illuminated by the headlights of
Yeah.
the car.
I'm just gonna see it run
By now, they were only a
by
short
the car.
distance
I'm not
from
by,
her
but like in
home,
front of the car.
leaving precious few minutes for Abby to try
Like a
and
deer.
resolve the situation before being dropped off. The 15-year-old was still frantically trying to think of a way to break the tension when she suddenly caught sight of something up ahead, squatting at the side of the road.
If I saw something squatting at the road, I just literally would try to get out of there as
Its
soon as
floating
possible.
Headlights picked out a strange humanoid shape, settled on its hindquarters, staring at the approaching
Yeah.
vehicle. Brabham gasped out loud as its features were gradually revealed by the piercing light from the high beams. Its oversized head sat atop an emaciated and painfully thin body, which was tan in colour and possessed 4 long, spindly limbs. It was the creature's face which had shocked the girl most.
Yeah.
It was entirely devoid of any kind of mouth or nose, but the eyes were a pair of almond-shaped pits, which seemed to regard her in a hungry and malevolent manner. As the vehicle passed by,
But like, that's psychological too. Literally, from what I remember hearing is like, usually like if you have like more depending on like the eyes. Oh, but let me pull this up. Eye shape. Personality. Study. There's like a bunch of stuff like this. Large eyes, small eyes. Indication of how high you view the world. This is bullshit, by the way. I'm more creative. Blah 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 blah. No, there's like a from what I'm remembering, there's like a study where like, oh yeah, personality perception. No, like literally, the studies are like a lot of like I think like for example, because I remember like something like this, like more smaller and rounder men are seen as dumber versus taller and more thinner men, right, or something like that. For example, there's something similar with the eyes where people perceive people with like almond eyes as like more threatening or like more how do I say it? Like they're piercing at you, right? Which is the same reason why owl, right? why we find owls like the one at the top right corner or the one at the bottom right corner like really threatening, right? Because of how their eyes are positioned and how they're outlined. Uh yeah, there's something about that. And Harry Green, yeah. No, wait, no, but like I thought the one that they usually talk about is the red one. Then I'm thinking of a different one. A different fucking thing. But what was I gonna say? I feel like this case is like just brought out of like like maybe it was like a long day or the person was having like a long week and like when you have like a long day or a long week you kind of tire yourself out and like 'cause you're driving in the night and the girl is just looking outside the window, right? What could have happened is that like they she was like maybe like falling asleep or on the verge and she just hallucinated that, right? And then
In their
I think is that her the other person, right? Must have
hungry and malevolent manner.
thought they saw that too,
As the
or they must have
vehicles pass by, they shine bright green in the
not
headlights.
percepted whatever they saw correctly, right?
It was at this moment,
That's how I think about it.
only meters away from the horror crouched at the side of the road, that Abby screamed. Her sudden outburst caused Will to slam his feet hard on the brakes.
Yeah, see, there we go.
As his girlfriend sobbed and pointed out the rear window, he looked in the wing mirror to see the red hue of the brake lights reflecting off a short,
Oh,
spindly
maybe this is
figure,
why.
which had now risen from the side of the road. For a moment, it seemed to study him, and then suddenly made off across the carriageway and into the undergrowth on the opposite side. In the days that followed, it would soon become clear that the young couple were not the only residents of the town to have had such an
Oh wait, all the claims I make about psychology, please take them with a grain of salt, and please do your own research. Because like again, I'm not a fucking psychologist at all.
or to have been
I'm basing this all of my all on my prior knowledge.
worldly appearance.
But yeah, come back right now. Hold up, hey, we're gonna leave it paused. Mira más el rato. Oh my god, I could get doxxed. I just fucking noticed that. Hold up, I have one of my fucking school's little baggies fucking out there, dude. I need to hide that. Like straight the fuck off. I had like a little baggie from my school. But like, cause like I asked for a bag, they gave me like a baggie, and it was like kind of cute. Like I'm like, damn. I'm like this added like $3 to my fucking total. Cause I thought I was getting an actual bag. But what was I gonna say? Let's start the video.
Situated
Over
on
2
the banks
miles.
of the Charles River, roughly 15 miles to the southwest of Boston, the small town of Dover had historically led a quiet and unassuming existence.
And then they were rampaged by this
As one might
Mothman
expect,
wannabe.
having produced a few notable personalities and holding a large catalogue of local historical documents at its repository.
Oh, by the way, there may be a chance that one of my friends is like, "Hey, yo, let's play," and I'll move this for tomorrow, right? Hold up, I need to check something. Yeah, there's no response. Checking my fucking email at this point. Oh my god. Nah, yo, I'm so fucking tired. Not of streaming, like, I was gonna say, I'm tired of, like, I'm done with this year. This year's over for me. But unlike every other year, I'm not gonna have a summer vacation.
Made little impact on the
Probably.
national scene.
Like, don't get me wrong, I'm gonna probably, like, sleep in late, but, like, that's it.
1977, when a string of local teens reported haunting encounters.
Yeah,
with
it was, like, next to a bridge or
figure.
something. Or
It appeared
sewer.
to be stalking the fields and farmlands
Oh,
bordering
never mind.
the town. These incidents would turn out to be so traumatizing that great efforts were made to document them.
Oh,
at
see
the time
the
they occurred,
steam?
meaning a vivid and lasting profile of the entity was compiled. One which has endured decades of re-examination and investigation.
Some people thought it was like a rabid dog that people were
Besides
seeing.
its appearance,
But that'd be a little, not out of the. That wouldn't be like abnormal.
the first
But it'd be like,
encounter with this
you know, like,
unusual
really they're all
creature
seeing the
took
same
place
fucking
on the
dog.
evening of April the 21st, as three teenagers were driving home across town.
This is like the closest thing to like the
The
chupacabra.
Volkswagen in which they were
in
traveling was
America.
driven by its owner.
It never
Mark
sucked
Mazzocca,
anything,
who
I
was
think.
giving his two friends Mike
It was
Mazzocca
interesting.
and Andy
Mike
Grossi a
Mazzocca,
lift
what
to
an
their
interesting
respective
name.
homes.
Mazaka.
The trio
Macho.
had been travelling northwards along Farm Street when Bartlett caught sight of something straddling a low.
I don't know. I don't think that's how it's. It's obviously Masaka.
which was situated not far
Mazzocca.
from the left-hand side of the road.
Soccer. Using my
First,
soccer.
The youth believed
That'd be
what
scary.
they'd seen.
Yeah, no, they see this alien with like different colored eyes. It's like the reason why I forget that it, why I forgot it did that is because I'm like I'm used to hearing the one with like the red eyes.
Cat or dog. But as the car drew closer, he quickly realized that
Mhm.
it was in fact nothing of the sort.
The fucking
As the
demon.
light shining upon it began to intensify, Bartlett was able to make out.
Dude, I swear to God, these soups
features.
never have shrimp in them.
The creature was
Like with
totally
shrimp,
majestic,
I don't have shit.
standing about 3.5 feet tall and being
Yeah.
distinctly humanoid in appearance.
I'd run away. I'd never come back to that area.
Far too inadequate to support the bulbous head which sat atop
Bulbous
its
head.
shoulders.
I don't know.
and which was devoid of any
I mean,
features
in the drawings, it almost looks like
pair of
it
large
would.
orange eyes.
But like in a lot of like other
There was no
drawings,
fur
their
covering
head
its
is like
body,
super
the
big.
skin of which appeared to be rough like sandpaper and was coloured somewhat like a peach. The bizarre-looking creature was slowly and methodically crabbing its way across the top of the wall.
Yeah, oh,
its
crabbing.
tendril
I'm not
like
crapping.
fingers curling around the stones in order to gain a sufficient grip. As the car drove by, the entity quickly melted away into the darkness. Bartlett excitedly asked his passengers if they too
Nice
had
way
seen
of
it,
describing that.
only to be met with confused expressions. Immediately upon his return
Yeah.
home from having dropped off his friends, the youth quickly told his father what had taken place.
And he said he saw it. I'm just
Detailed
kidding.
picture of what he had seen. Little did he know it at the time that this would not be the only sketch of the creature composed that evening.
Oh fuck. Okay, yeah, then that is a little bit of mysterious.
Several hours later,
Unless they're all like
on
working
the other
together.
side of the town and at the southern end of Miller Hill Road, 15-year-old John Baxter had also been making his way home. He had just spent several hours at his girlfriend's house, and
What's that creepypasta with like the owl that eats your soul or something? An owl that eats soul. It's like weird. Eyeless Jack. The white owl? I think it's the white owl. The owl man. Yeah. Fuck. Because I just remember. Do you want to know why I remember that? It's like I remember when I used to watch Pat and Jen. They covered the creepypasta mod, and yeah. Dude, Eyeless Jack is another scary one. He's kind of like the Hat Man, except like he's not. Like there's rumors that he's like that he did that to himself or something, if I remember, and that he tried to not commit suicide or kill one of his loved ones or lovers or something. It was crazy.
And was
I don't remember that story that well, though.
Be in trouble upon his return due to the lateness of the hour.
Oh, removes organs, yeah.
The empty streets towards his destination.
Some crazy, gruesome shit like that.
Pedestrian walking towards him from the opposite direction. Initially believing his fellow traveller to be a younger child due to its short stature, Baxter had slowed his pace to investigate, only for the figure opposite to immediately follow suit.
I don't know.
The skies above
Like,
being overcast.
For example, if I saw somebody like hunched over and they were like child size, I definitely would help them. But like, not in that lighting. Like, not at all. That lighting's a little too foreboding. Unless they tell me, "Hey, mister, can you help me?" You know what I mean? Like, they form like clear sentences. Then I'll go and help them, right? Otherwise, like, no.
Completely still, but seemed to regard
I just like, I'd be freaked the fuck out.
In an instant, the figure had turned and scurried off to the left,
Okay.
disappearing into a wooded gully.
I can't even see that.
To run alongside the road. Breaking into a sprint, Baxter gave chase, hearing the sounds of rustling leaves and snapping twigs up ahead as he began to gain ground. Seconds later, the boy found
I hate how hot the noodles are.
Gully,
It like burns my tongue.
or so he thought. Quietly surveying his surroundings,
Like heat wise, not intensity, like flavor, right?
standing on top of a large
It's just not
rock
spicy, it
at the
just
side of a tree,
fucking
about
burns my
30
tongue.
meters away.
How hot.
In that moment, a shaft of moonlight peered out from beyond the cloud cover, providing just enough
Oh my
light
gosh.
to make out the details.
Honestly, that would look really beautiful, I feel.
In the dim light, John Baxter saw something unlike anything he had ever seen.
Hey, John Baxter, why doesn't he just say Baxter?
Creature with a pale,
John Baxter.
simian-like
Just in
body,
case like he forgot, right?
possessing a painfully thin neck, which seemed to be struggling.
The depictions do not depict the painfully thin neck.
The face staring back at him across the short distance was completely blank and devoid of any features, save for two dark patches where the eyes should have been. Now terrified that this creature may have lured him away from the town in order to attack him, Baxter turned and ran as fast as he could, finally emerging onto the main road. A few minutes later, a passing car had slowed down to investigate. It was driven by a young couple, who were sufficiently concerned by the boy's emotional state to offer him a lift home.
Yeah.
The image of the alleged creature which Baxter went on to draw would prove to be eerily similar to the one produced by Bill Bartlett. The same can be said of a third image, which would go on to be drawn as a result of Abby Brabham's encounter the following evening.
But I think those images were lost. And we only have like the Dover demon. Yeah, we only have this one. Like a similar one like this. Like we don't have like all the other interpretations. Oh my god. But yeah, that's freaky. There's one that's like even freakier that where they have like red eyes. And they have like really long fingers. Kinda like this one, but like way different. Yeah, this one. Kinda like that. They always draw it like white. This is why it got like or not the creepypasta, excuse me. Rather the story.
which
A
would
little
in
wrong.
time become known as the Dover Demon, are perhaps the most
That probably doesn't explain why. Like why? I'm just saying that because it makes sense.
Some commentators
Probably doesn't explain why I got it wrong, right? You know what I'm trying to say. I feel like I'm not making any sense today. But yeah.
And witness testimony of traditional grey extraterrestrials.
Yeah, it is very different. Not so. Because like, look, it's just like Ooh,
Both
black eyes,
characters
right?
would
It's
seem
save
to
alien.
contradict this theory. The fact
Everybody
that the
says they
entity
see.
made no effort to approach or communicate with any of the witnesses, instead choosing to evade them on
That's
every
more
occasion,
beast-like, I'd say.
has led many to suggest that it may have been some form of cryptid.
Yeah.
Massachusetts possesses many areas of rugged and inaccessible terrain.
That's what they say about California. Oh fuck, that
It
fucking
is
hit me.
perhaps little surprise.
That's
then
what they say about
that the
California,
state has paid
Nevada,
a percentage of its
Nevada.
encounters.
Wait, no. Isn't there like a way to say like Nevada? Like, people like hate it if you say like there's like if you go to like Nevada, they're gonna say like it's Nevada or something like that. I don't know. I don't remember. It's like some weird ass pronunciation, but everybody says Nevada.
These include reported sightings of Sasquatches,
Yeah.
the giant winged
Yeah. There's like Georgia, all that. They say the same thing about that.
Budgies, dwarf-like hominids.
You can say the same thing about Canada,
Stories of Native Americans.
Europe.
Anthropologists
You know, Africa,
have studied the case of pointing out
all of
that
South
many of those
Asia,
human encounters took place in close proximity to local
even
water
Vietnam. They were
sources.
like, "Yo, those areas that were
This
uncovered. Oh,
suggests
could
that
these
whatever
rock
the
apes
creature
be
may
there?"
have been, it is possible that it was attempting to remain close to its natural habitat.
Oh, and don't forget about it. The Arctic.
A local resident named Mark Senot would later come forward, providing details of an even older encounter with the creature. He would describe an incident in which he had been driving through the town one evening during
An
the
older
summer
incident? Sounds like they made it up.
when he had been startled by something which had run across the road in front of him. This unknown creature was notably short in stature and was running upright on two legs, possessing a pair of brightly illuminated eyes.
This picture almost reminds me of the Skinwalker that
His
the
car to
Twitter,
a stop,
this person on Twitter
and
fucking
watched
caught.
the running figure reach the nearby woods, where it had then disappeared from sight at the edge of a large pond.
It's a famous picture now.
Situated there. It has been highlighted that all the sightings took place during the hours of
Uh-huh.
darkness.
But it's hard to
When
see
plotted
anything.
On a map, they appear to track in a straight line, which passes directly through or across the local area. This raises the argument that whatever the witnesses observed may have been migrating or traveling.
You know, I feel like that just reminded me of other stuff. You know, in like areas where there's a bunch of paranormal stuff and activity, people like to say if you link up the areas that are really haunted with each other, they all make pentagrams. Oh my gosh. Or like they all make triangles, like the Bermuda Triangle, right? Oh my gosh, did you guys hear this triangle insert island name here? You know, there's a lot of those. For example, Phoebus Triangles. Whoa. Yeah. Let's look at this. Okay, yes, agreed. The Bridgewater Triangle, Bennington Triangle, Dragons Triangle, Michigan Triangle. Yep. I think we learned about this in like maybe like a while ago. It was the one where like they the boat like just mysteriously everybody died or something. I forget, or like the captain just mysteriously died. It was like weird stuff like that. Luck Triangle. Yeah, there's so many fucking ones. I swear to God. And what would I say? Yeah, there's a lot of like areas like that. I swear, like you could just make up like a whole.
As if
fucking
the town
bunch.
itself may not have been of any interest or consequence to the entity. As is common with sightings of unknown creatures or alleged monsters.
Hold on, I'm about the pentagram. Haunted locations. Linked up on map. Make pentagram. Pentagon. What the fuck is it? At least Ghost Adventures has a fucking episode on that.
Rational
And they're fucking crazy.
explanations of what
Oh my
these
god, wait, did I explain I watched Ghost Adventures the other day? They were fucking
There have been
way they were
suggestions
off the
that
rockers
creatures
this
observed
time,
by
I
the
swear.
Teenagers may have been an orphan moose cub in possession of a very pale pelt of fur.
Oh yeah, because Massachusetts does have
These
me.
animals have
Massive
very long
meese. Oh my god,
indiscriminate
moose.
legs, and it has been proposed that in poor light conditions,
Yeah,
their
they can
gait
reflect their
could be
eyes
mistaken for a
weirdly.
taller creature walking or running with its upper torso.
Wait, no, don't moose have like eye or light? Ice 9. Oh, wait, never mind. No, I fucking thought their eyes were a little. I mean, yeah, the gate could look a little wonky, right? Like this one, for example. Yeah, that's how I thought their eyes looked. See, the red and green. Like the other girl described it.
However, Dover does not lie anywhere near any regional moose.
Oh yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I'm just gonna know.
Counter this
No, I wasn't gonna say that.
convenient fact, similar
But I'd assume Massachusetts still maybe gets some like weird like
Some
descendant
suggest that the
or
Dover
has some
demon
weird animal
could
like
have
there.
been an albino calf, or some other animal which had escaped
Yeah.
from the local collection, such as an exotic ape or monkey, or even a disfigured forest animal.
Oh my god, it could have been a mermaid. I'm just kidding.
And yet,
Imagine he
a
says
simple
something
glance
like
at the creature depicted in the drawings by the teenagers at the time of the encounters
Yeah.
suggests that what they saw could not have been any known species. There are simply too many commonalities in these sketches of something which did not resemble or even move like anything they had ever seen.
There are too many commonalities. Those are only 3 events that only ever happened once, right? They haven't happened frequently ever after. So you can't really say there were too many commonalities because they happened in like yeah, they happen like at different times and different people. But I wouldn't say it's like, you know, like oh, it's way too many times this happened because like I don't know, it just happened like at a bunched up
Is it
era, right?
possible that the children were
Span of
the
4
victims of
years.
some elaborate hoax?
Yeah,
Or that
it
they
could
were
be that.
instead the perpetrators of one?
Hmm?
In the half century since the incident, there have been no further sightings of the creature in the town.
But the thing about Sasquatches is that many people have like stories of Sasquatches, so it leads more credence to there existing something weird, right? Versus the credence of like there being like a Dover demon, right? And I'm not claiming that like oh because people see Sasquatches, just Sasquatches, just
Or
a thing.
indeed anything which resembles what they saw.
They see like something
That
similar
said,
to what they think is a
creatures of
Sasquatch.
Similar description have been
Yeah.
seen elsewhere across the globe. In 1996, for
Penguins in
instance,
Madagascar. Why did I
Brazilian
fucking think
authorities
that?
were
Oh my god.
reported to have captured a being in Virginia, which closely resembled the one seen in Massachusetts in 1977.
Virginia.
As it stands, without any evidence to back up the testimonies of those involved, and without a convincing enough argument to logically explain what they saw, the events of that fateful weekend in Dover remain one of America's most intriguing mysteries.
I feel like like a lot of people say that.
A variety of unusual cryptid sightings which are alleged to have taken place within the USA.
Mhm.
And as time passes, such incidents continue to occur.
Yeah, but these haven't.
Often accompanied by dashcam or mobile phone footage of the creatures involved. It is possible that at some future time, the evidence needed to verify the existence of the Dover demon may yet surface, and in doing so, answer the questions which remain about what took place in this sleepy and unassuming northeastern community.
Right? Oh my gosh. Not it? Oh, I heard. Yeah, well, that's it, right? That's one of their videos. It was good. I like them. I like the other guys. Yeah, we're gonna watch the next one. This is the Myrtle's plantation. It's probably gonna get into like the history a little bit. Plantations. Very, they have a lot of history, and it's like a lot of dark history. Like really, like it's fucked up. Like, oh fuck, I forget if the Myrtle's plantation is the one with the witch doctor and like all the accessories have been cursed, and if you own some, like you get curses. But I know like definitely there's something like that,
Given their history,
like weird
it is
stuff.
perhaps of little surprise that America's southern states are
Yeah.
home to a wealth of allegedly haunted locations. This week, we will be examining one of the most infamous of these sites.
I think one of the like somebody's daughter died there. I think from like typhoid fever.
Join us as we
Trying to like remember the because there's like one for like from like Ghost Adventures. Like, can't remember anything from there. I almost choked on noodles because they hit the back of my throat. Oh my god. That'd have been so tragic. Just how my life ends, choked on noodles. Oh, the misery. Oh fuck, I messed dude, my mind has been reading shit wrong for like the past 3 weeks. Vanished without a trace, right? The Legend of the Dover Demon, the death of R. Lake City, Quiet Pills. Okay, good. It's just like it's bugging me. I read that as mystery. I swear to God, it's his misery. I swear, I need to get my eyes checked.
Waiting until she had heard the last faint traces of conversation trailing off through the main entrance, the maid finally rose and made her way into the parlour. A regular visitor to the address, the guide for the plantation's ghost tours had just stepped back inside the foyer, having waved off the last members of that evening's party. After a brief exchange,
This is the one where the murder's cursed, right?
Before heading off herself, leaving the maid to carry on with her evening routine. Although she had not been in the sprawling location for long, the young
Oh my
had
God.
already evolved what she believed to be a suitably efficient schedule. Starting off at the far end
Oh,
of
it's
the
because it's
first
plastic.
floor,
Fuck.
she slowly made her way back to the stairs, wiping and polishing until she was satisfied everything was up to
Oh,
her
baby, this
best
is the one with the haunted
standard.
mirror. Hold up. You could say that about a lot of locations. And here's the one I'm talking about Ghost Adventures. What am I doing? Ghost Adventures. I don't know why I did that. What are fucking videos? Myrtles. It's an old episode too at this point. I'd say like 2010? No. That was when it began. Yeah, season 12. They have like season 20 now, like 25. Like, fuck. I don't want to click on them, but like, yeah, they went to the Myrtle's plantation. I know I'm gonna get copyright struck.
Methodically working her way down the wide staircase.
Then Zach Bagans is gonna start coming to my stream. I'm just gonna imagine.
Floor,
No, that'd be horrible,
having
horrible,
caught
horrible.
sight of a set of dirty handprints at the base of the
Yeah.
mirror, which hung there.
But I don't think the mirror is like haunted or anything weird like that. It's just like that one
She
incident.
had first heard of the mirror many years before, during her own attendance at an evening ghost tour of the site. How it was supposed to be home to the spirits of.
Yeah. Also, my bitrate fell down. I don't know why.
Died in the house.
From 6K to like 3,000.
In a few weeks
800.
at the plantation,
It's like 2K.
she had
Unstable. If I'm lagging, I'm very sorry.
in or around the mirror. She quickly formed the opinion that one of this evening's guests.
Yeah, must have like
Handprints
touched
in order
it.
to provoke
I would have thought that too.
conversation.
I would
Wiping
still
away
think
the
that.
marks, she resumed her chores, spending another hour traversing
Right,
the
yeah,
ground
this-
floor before returning once again to the parlour. But as she stood, having placed her bucket on the floor and removing her gloves, her attention was once again drawn to the same mirror.
Or
There,
more.
directly in the centre of the lower half of the glass, were a further pair of palm prints, too small to have been made by a grown
I think she
adult.
quits or something.
Feeling a growing sense of unease, the maid called out several times, asking if anybody had perhaps come across from one of the other buildings while she had been busy with her work. When there was no reply, her uncertainty quickly turned to frustration. Somebody was apparently pulling a prank at her expense. Taking up her cloth, she advanced across the hallway towards the mirror, ready to wipe away the dirty marks once again.
Like looking at my Twitter. I have like other stuff too. Sorry.
A small hand suddenly pressed itself.
Yeah, it's a little kid. I think they're gonna swing it.
Seemingly from the other side. Instantly recoiling in horror, the maid turned and fled, screaming into the grounds outside. The vision of
That would be
the
fucking scary.
young girl with the blonde ringlets, who had been staring back at her from inside the mirror, tormenting her as she ran.
Like nowadays, actually, there's like a really cool piece of like Halloween equipment that you can buy,
Would in time become known as the Myrtle
where
Center.
it looks like a painting, but then it turns into like
St. Francis
it like changes,
in
right?
southern
Because it's like a
states
display that has like code or something. I don't know, or like an image that just like changes
at the
up,
direction of David Bradford,
and it's actually like
the
a
owner who had purchased the land in 1796.
like a little girl or something. It changes from a painting to like a little girl going like that or something.
Laurel Grove. Bradford
find
had
it.
been a politician of some repute in his native Pennsylvania, but had been forced to flee his home there due to his role in a period of unrest known as the Whiskey Rebellion. It would not be until some years later, when he
No,
finally
painting,
received a presidential pardon for his actions, that he was able to invite his wife and children to come and live in their new
changes.
home. Bradford and his family would go on to reside at the plantation for many years, but sadly, a significant number of the younger members of the household would lose their lives there during a slew of localized.
Oh my god!
accidents
Wait, that
that
just
occurred.
reminded me. Remember?
Eventually, the surviving
up.
members of the estate would go on to sell the property to the Sterling family, who owned a number of similar plantations situated elsewhere in the state.
Yeah. She doesn't hang herself because a lot of these plantations have like weird stories or like people hang themselves. I mean, like a lot.
Ray Sterling that the property was extensively renovated, using the finest materials available at the time. Sterling ordered that the size of the existing house be expanded
Yeah.
and several more buildings be added alongside it, renaming the property the Myrtles. But just as it had been for David Bradford and his descendants, the Sterling family's time at the plantation would be dogged by misery, with several members dying at a young age, having contracted tuberculosis. Their decision to ally themselves with the Confederate cause during the
Yeah,
American
that
Civil War
didn't help
also
out
resulted in tragedy,
either.
with their home being seized and ransacked by members of the Union Army. After a Sterling family member, William Drew Winter, was murdered on the front porch by an unknown assassin in 1871, the plantation was sold on to the first in a long line of short-term investors and businessmen. And it was not long into this seemingly unending cycle, as each successive owner seemed unable to retain control of the property, that rumors of unwanted guests began to circulate. Over time,
I feel like rumors propagate from like misfortune or just people just looking for something to gossip, right? So just keep that in mind. All the history,
a number
right?
of stories involving spectral entities and
And
poltergeist
what these
activity
businessmen are
began
gonna come up with.
surface, the Myrtles became something of a local attraction. In 1992, the plantation would see itself thrust into the public eye. Seemingly
And this isn't all the history. There's like more.
generated national media interest. Whilst renewing her policy, she had been asked by her insurance company to provide photographic evidence of the distance between two buildings at the site, the general store and the butler's pantry. Having sent off a picture to the insurers, she was confused to find the photograph returned a week later.
Haven't been rejected. Oh fuck! I forget why.
In the letter accompanying the photograph,
Oh, this is
the
good.
company pointed out that the image was not suitable, as it was not supposed to contain any people.
What?
Taking a closer look,
Oh yeah.
the owner was astonished to see,
This is
what
something in the
appeared to
butcher's
be a
area,
human
right?
figure wearing a turban and a long dress,
Urban.
who had not been present when she had originally taken the
Oh
photograph.
yeah. This is one of the maids.
Boarding of the building
Or
which the
something.
mysterious figure was standing in front of, was clearly visible through her upper body,
Yeah.
seeming to indicate that she was somehow not fully formed. Bewildered, the owner went on to send the picture and corresponding negatives to the National Geographic magazine, which analysed them.
I mean, there could have definitely been somebody there, right? But like, that's a little
Stipulation in bold.
interesting.
This now infamous
Like, I don't know, if I was them, I just really would try to like, you know, just send like a proper picture.
Myrtle's
I wouldn't like
plantation's most
fake
famous
anything, right?
spectre,
There's no point.
that of a slave girl by the name of Chloe. According to the stories which had been passed down by a number of previous owners, Chloe was a slave at the plantation
Yeah.
at the time it was being run by
Very
Clark
sad.
Woodruff. Woodruff was a former law student who had studied under David Bradford. He would go on to marry his mentor's oldest daughter and would eventually be elected as the local judge. But despite his easygoing and gentlemanly outward appearance, it was rumoured that Woodruff was a violent and abusive master who would regularly force himself upon the female slaves at the plantation, including Chloe.
I think this is the one where she hangs herself or something.
Found her eavesdropping at the door during a business meeting. Flying into a
There's just so many stories of this happening, and it's sad. It really is. This is such a bad like part of American
her
history.
ears as punishment for her misdeed.
Cut off? Oh
In order
shit.
to hide the disfigurement, Chloe took to wearing a green turban, which covered the top of her head, and privately swore revenge. Taking great care to hide her
Horrible.
intent, she waited several months until the family was preparing to celebrate the birthday of their eldest daughter.
Did she poison her?
Intending to poison the
Yeah.
man who had ruined her, she slipped
Hmm.
several oleander leaves into the birthday cake, which had been prepared for the occasion. But in a tragic twist of fate, Clark Woodruff would be the only family member not to consume the offering,
Yeah.
with his pregnant wife and 2 daughters dying
Oh
from
my
ingesting the
god.
poison.
Yeah.
An alternate version of this tale exists in which Chloe intended only to make the family sick,
Yeah.
so that she could nurse them back to full health, and therefore demonstrate her value to the family.
I feel like that's the whitewashed version. I don't know.
She had since been relegated to working in
To
the
nurse
fields
them.
after being caught eavesdropping.
I don't know. I feel like definitely she wanted revenge.
In any case, as
And
the
freedom
tale of
too,
what
so she'd
happened
probably
came
take to
light,
poisoning.
Chloe was captured by her fellow slaves trying to escape, and was hanged by them in an effort to appease their master.
Who knows?
In addition to having been captured on film, Chloe has allegedly been sighted by numerous guests and visitors, with reports of her presence dating back to the 1950s. One evening in the spring of 1987, Frances Myers was asleep in one of the downstairs bedrooms when she was awoken by the uneasy feeling that someone else was present in the room with her. Cautiously opening her eyes, she found a woman standing watching her from the end of the bed, wearing a green turban and holding a lighted candlestick in one hand. Myers
That is a little, like,
surprised by the
intimidating.
brightness of the light emanating from the candle, which was
Like,
powerfully
imagine.
illuminating the rest of the room. In addition to this, she was similarly struck by the old-fashioned style of the lengthy dress this unexpected visitor was wearing. The intruder was staring down at Myers in a manner which completely...
And I feel like back then, like maybe like television 70s, right? Yeah, they'd have these sets. Like they would never have like something weird like that, like modern, right? I don't know. Well, this isn't too modern either. They'd have like, you know, people like that right? On there, but what was I gonna say? Yeah, I don't know. I feel like there wouldn't be
that she reached out in order
like
to
there'd be
reach out
pictures,
to
obviously,
Myers.
of these people, but like I don't think like she'd like
Hand
be able
made
to describe them
contact with the
perfectly.
apparition, she immediately vanished into thin air, plunging the room back into a deep darkness.
It's like, you know, it'd be limited to like family history and like If
It
your
is
neighbors
rumored that
wanted to
faces
show you the
of Chloe's
pictures.
unfortunate victims have also been sighted from time to time.
But you
on
know,
their
that makes it a little more
phones.
interesting.
More than one
Like, a
rumor
lot of these people
has
see,
reported
like,
being
hallucinations like that
approached
back
by
then.
a small girl, only for her
Not
to
like
fade away
like
or
her, right?
disappear
But
when
like
he
what I'm
attempts
saying
to
is like
interact with
they see
her.
like ghosts like in old fashioned
The
clothes,
large
and it's like
orange
how do they
mirror
know about
facing
that?
the
Like
parlour
how many
at the
pictures
bottom
were
of the
there
main
of their like family
staircase
members looking like
is
that?
said to be a focal point for the
You
spirits
know,
of the deceased mother
or
and her
like
two
people
daughters.
they've seen via pictures,
Staff on
or
site
even like maybe like a
allegedly
TV
found
player or
phantom
something.
handprints of varying sizes pressed onto the glass. These
Like, dude, I have to
handprints were dark,
revisit
only
this time.
reappear hours later, sometimes
Just
in
learn a
different
little bit more
positions
about that
on the
era
face of the mirror.
again, because I'm like
More terrifying
not that
experiences
well,
include
like the
seeing
60s,
reflections
70s, right?
of a woman and two girls, dressed in period clothing, staring back at them when visitors have attempted to clean the handprints from the glass.
It's scary.
The inexplicable marks found on the parlour mirror are not the only mysterious blemishes to have been historically encountered by the owners of the property.
And there's always a lot of stuff and stories with like mirrors, I
Large,
swear.
deep crimson stain, which appeared one day on the floor of the gentleman's parlour. Possessing the rough dimensions of an adult human body, this strange impression proved impossible to clean, despite numerous attempts to remove it. But a short time later, it suddenly faded away as quickly as it had appeared, seemingly of its own accord. It has been theorized that this
Why is your
occurrence
logo
may
just like
somehow
there?
relate to the historic sacking of the property by soldiers of the Union Army. In one of the stories relating to that event, an infantryman who broke in to loot the building was shot and killed by the owners as he had entered the room in question. If other sightings are to be
That was
believed,
a
the
puppy or
ghosts that
something.
inhabit the Myrtles are not limited solely to
That's
one
scary.
political affiliation.
Scary sound. It sounds like a
A
deep
number of
scratch on the
visitors claim
wall.
to have seen a limping figure, wearing the tunic of the Confederate Army and possessing a bloodied leg injury, moving slowly around the grounds. In addition to the strange visions and unnatural markings associated with the main building,
Yeah.
there have been numerous reports of ghostly footsteps making their way through the main hall. These steps are described as uncoordinated and clumsy in nature, as if the person making them is tripping and staggering forwards as they make their way deeper into the
See, now this is just like a ghost story at this point.
They are described as entering the main
It's like
hall.
nice to like just listen to.
Downstairs
But, like it's not nice to like refute or even like touch it back
where
up,
they
right?
then terminate. This short phenomenon is believed
It's
to
just
be
like a story
linked
just
to
to like
murder
listen to
associated
just
with
to
the
get scared.
residence.
That's nice.
That of William Drew Winter.
Oh my gosh. What's his name in Resident Evil 8? Isn't it like Winters?
1871,
I don't
Winter was
know.
teaching his children
Whatever
a
his
school
name is.
lesson in the gentleman's parlour when an
Mr.
unknown male
Winters.
rider arrived at the property. The stranger demanded for him to leave the premises to speak with him, and moments later, the quiet afternoon air was shattered by a series of gunshots. As the servants hurried to see what had occurred, Winter staggered back in through the doors, whilst the unknown rider fled the scene.
Uh-oh.
It is reported that the dying man staggered forwards, desperately trying to find his wife Sarah and their children one last time.
That's
before
sad.
dying on the main staircase. As with the other alleged incidents taking place at the Myrtles, the phantom footsteps are indicative of the benign nature of the spirits who reside there.
You know, with a lot of these old places and like huge places too, there's always like phantom footsteps, something wrong with the mirror in the house, right? And visions, odors, stains, weird stuff like that. What I say is like some of these houses are literally not made to like withstand what do you call it? For example, so these materials are made out of lead, right? Like the paint and stuff, the wallpaper can be like moldy, right? And that may cause hallucinations. You know, there's a lot of like factors that go into like these houses, right? And what was I gonna say? Like literally, like a lot could affect the people. Like maybe like there's bad air in the house, right? Bad air. That sounds stupid. That sounds something like I'm making up. Like I swear to God, it could be like that. And yeah, there's like a lot of these weird factors. And then like now, like the state is what, like maybe like 200 years old at this point, right? That would have been no. 200 is way too much. Like maybe like 150 years old or something like that. like 1920, like something like that, right? And what was I gonna say? Yeah, like of course, like you're gonna hear like creaks and stuff like that. You gotta think like that way, right? About these old places, and like the musty odors you smell, it could just be the house just like I wouldn't say rotting away, but it could be like stuff like that, right?
With
Like
aggression
mold,
or
like I mentioned
hostility
earlier.
directed towards those who have
Like
seen them.
that's what I
Though
think.
on occasion, the forces which dwell
And then
within
always
the
with hallucinations, they could also be up to the person, right? Like they could be like really stressed out and they see something or they think
During
they
the
see
summer
something.
of 1984, a film crew commissioned several rooms in the main building in order to shoot scenes for a remake of.
Oh yeah, and as for the image, I feel like it could have been fake, but like I don't know why they would fucking fake that. Like if they needed a picture of the two houses, why would they send in like the doctored image? Why not send like, oh, here's the real one, here's the doctored one. Now send it back and say, why wouldn't you do that with the other company, right? Like I don't know. I'd be like, oh, whatever that company fucking that area was that area that thing. Fuck. Was it company? I don't know. Whatever they were doing with the image, their
Hot
purpose,
summer.
right?
One evening, several of the crew members.
And it could just be like a well-known story, and they're just like trying to like, oh, look at the ghost.
Preparation for the following day's filming. But when they returned the following morning, they were frustrated to discover that all the furniture in question had been returned to the exact positions they had been moved from. On making inquiries with the staff, the producers were assured that nobody had been in the room overnight, which had been locked and secured ready for them to use. This phenomenon would occur.
They killed the moth, and like there's like almost like a brownish streak on the fucking thing. To watch the stuff that I have for the yellow screen.
Their stay.
The furniture moving back, I feel like I don't know how to explain that. That's like weird. I think it's like maybe it's like they're investigating. They could be easily faking this.
Plantations past. Analysis of family records regarding previous owners has produced evidence which strongly undermines many of the more popular and outlandish.
Yeah, like Chloe may not even exist. I think, right?
It has been repeatedly highlighted that there seems to be very
Yeah.
little truth behind the stories of Chloe and the murderous revenge visited on her former lover. Parish records clearly demonstrate that yellow fever was responsible for
Exactly.
Sarah.
See, I fucking was onto something when I said typhoid fever.
Further,
Fucking
the
did
unfortunate
not remember
youngster
that.
was a boy and a girl, not
Yeah.
his two daughters, as the legend recounts.
There's a lot of misconceptions.
Analysis of witness testimony pertaining to the death of William Winter confirms that he died out on the porch of the address and never attempted to make his way back inside.
Yeah.
It has been suggested that many of the ghost stories are the result of successive buyers being unable to afford the cost.
Exactly. So they add something onto that and try to make it grow in value or grow in popularity.
Cash-strapped owners might have
So that,
created
you know,
the ghost stories in an effort to make
they
the
could sell it,
property
yeah.
more appealing to prospective investors. However, this theory does not seem to fully account for the sheer number of tales generated by this atmospheric and brooding room.
Yeah, and like always, there's like weird. Well, no. I feel like that has whatever this thing right here has like no credence. Like okay, yeah, but like I could equally make up like 20 different fucking stories right now about why my house is haunted, but I have no proof for that, right? I could say, like for example, I could say, one day I woke up in the middle of the night and I heard footsteps on the top of my roof. My dad was outside that night. My dad said he saw absolutely nobody because he himself was in the windows or something. I don't know. I can say something like that, right? Like it's a ghost story number 2, right? I looked into the mirror and I saw a child looking back at me. That child was me. I'm just kidding. No, no, but I can say like something like that, right? Like that child looked like my little brother who passed away. Like what? Like I don't even have a little brother. I never had a little brother. I could just make shit up like that. Like,
There
like,
is still
I
no
swear.
meaningful explanation
Like
for
if
the
I want to
origin
clout,
of
I
the
could make
Chloe
up shit like that. I
and
swear.
Chloe.
And I could be like, oh my god, wait, look at the
There are
ghost.
many other photographs which have been taken by visitors purporting to show ghostly forms moving around the ground.
Like, dude, Fuck, it didn't show off anything
As
dumb,
with
right?
many of the cases we have previously examined,
Yeah, it didn't show
the
off anything.
truth of these legends lies somewhere between two extremes. A significant number of the stories are completely fabricated, or at best
Yeah.
embellished to the point of misdirection. And yet at the same time,
Or
there
too
are
many
photographs
photographs.
and witness
Could be the
testimony
electromagnetic
that shows the activity
field.
to ignore.
That, like I said, that doctor image is just like, why?
Misery
That doesn't
apparently
make sense to
trap
me.
the spirits of those who
But I don't think
have
there was
died,
spirits, right?
forcing
Like
them
that.
to replay their final moments over and over again.
The Chloe story isn't even real.
All we can hope is that in the case of the Myrtles plantation,
Yeah.
with the passing of time, these unfortunate souls may
What a
find
good way to
peace.
end it. Yeah.
Yes.
Because that area, like you said, horrible. These just were horrible areas to be at, especially like during like when like the South was seceding and stuff, and even before that when there was slavery and stuff, right? And when it's horrible. Shit. Oh shit! I'm on the count tongues. You know, earlier today I tried to like stream, right? But like at 6, like straight up, but like it did not work out. I reset my computer and then it fucking worked at like 7:30. I was trying to figure out what the fuck is going on. I'm like, did I get a virus or something dumb like that? I don't know, because like the other day, my one of my school's Discord channels fucking got bombed by fucking whatchamacallit? But like these bots, and they were like linking to shit, and I'm like, what if like I accidentally clicked one of those links, dude? I got concerned, like really concerned. Yeah, nothing happened though. I'm so fucking tired. We may continue tomorrow. That's how tired I am. I don't know. It's just like sinking into me. Oh my god. Let's continue. Let's continue. 25 minutes, 20 minutes, 15 minutes.
If you go down to the woods today, it's quite
Yeah.
possible you will encounter more than you bargained for. And in this video, we'll be taking a look at 25 bite-sized stories of forests that have offered up more than just a serene walk through the trees.
That's not real. You guys didn't see shit. You guys didn't
However,
see
with these
shit.
shorter stories, if you would like us to expand on them, then let us know
Yeah.
in the comments. Now, before we begin, we'd just like to say that if you're not already a patron, you're missing out on a ton of awesome content.
Oh my gosh, you are. I'm not a patron,
Lots
but
of
I know I
videos
am.
are not ad friendly, and thanks to Patreon, we're able to cover the topics you love, despite you.
Yeah, by that, I'm gonna take it that like he's not YouTube friendly either. He's just sorting out whatever he has had.
But you'll also get access to all of our exclusive full-length documentaries, including our Murderous Minds and Minds of Madness series. We've just recently uploaded a Murderous Minds on the truck stop killer, and the Minds of Madness on Ricardo Lopez, as well as David Koresh and the Waco siege. We try to upload 1 or 2 documentaries per month, and it's well worth the $2. So to not only support the channel, but also get access to tons more content from us, head on over to Patreon, where for just $2 you can access all of our exclusive content. Now remember, if you cannot afford $2 a month, we've never wanted a paywall to be the reason you cannot enjoy our content. That's why we give all of our
Likewise, the reason I don't ask for donations. I'm just kidding.
when you cannot afford it.
Anybody want to hit the
If you
follow
want
button? I'm just kidding.
just
Imagine.
Patreon at
Fuck.
top5.co.uk, and you'll be granted free access to our exclusive documentaries. It's our way of giving.
We're skipping the first one.
Of northern Germany lies a very mysterious place with pipes.
Literally, it's cow tongues, and I don't want to hear it.
Ground.
Yeah, those are like bunkers and stuff.
Locals, and is a popular place for children to play. However, the unexplained pipes prompted 2 friends to investigate further.
Yeah, they investigated and they found like a Nazi bunker or something.
The friends found an entrance to an underground bunker and removed the wooden door with a crowbar. It was obvious others had been there before, as there was a plastic bag and other litter lying on the ground.
Yeah.
Inside they discovered endless hallways that appeared to be some sort of underground hospital, and at the end of the main hallway was a water-filled hole. The graffiti on some of the walls was chilling. One read "Help," another said "Hello Satan, I love you." The corridors smelt putrid, and some of the offshoots from the main hallway were flooded. They also found a strange old machine, a glove, a submarine hatch, and an old shoe. The friends took as many photos as they could, and later circulated them online. However, after realizing the photos were leaked, authorities moved quickly to block up the entrance.
Let me add on to that. I don't know where I heard this, because I know I am not making this up. For whatever fucking reason, the Nazis did this to a lot of their buildings. They would fucking, for whatever fucking reason, they would fucking add a bunch of water. Basically, whoever was left in there drowned, right? From what I've heard, right? Okay, let me switch this off and like a different fucking tab, because I don't want to get like fucking destroyed. Why did like on Twitch like as in like Nazis water seal? Yeah, themselves. There's like so many weird things like that. It was weird. Hold on. Like what was I gonna say? Why did Nazis? No, because like there was like this. It's like a fuck. No, I swear I'm not crazy. What I'm like looking up at the moment is like why they did that. There's like stories that like they were like experimenting with like weird shit, and they just didn't want the world to find out. And the like a lot of like weird technology that they used for wartime was like lost in them, right? Or like there's weird stories that they were like fucking hold up. Actually, I think that's where I searched it up. But I'm pretty sure those are conspiracies at this point. I don't think they're real. I think they're just like people fucking like being weird. Be sealed in water. Because literally, like there, I heard stories that they sometimes like they would like seal like rooms off, like with cement and weird shit like that. Like it was weird. It was weird shit like that. I swear.
Dow Hill Forest.
But yeah, don't take it. Don't like I swear.
Located in the
That's like
west
weird.
town.
I remember hearing that, and it
School
that.
is known
like,
as one of the most haunted places
What
in the
story
world.
was it? It's not bedtime stories. It wasn't a story through there.
All of the school. However, despite the school's reputation, there is a far more sinister story of the woods that surround it, as the area is rumored to be the site of
Rainbow
several
Swamps.
witches.
Actually, I want to
The
listen to
ominous
Rainbow Swamps.
mist-filled woodlands is also rumored.
I don't think there's anything weird here.
That wanders among the trees, and along
Hopefully.
the path between the school and forest, aptly named.
Like yeah, like a lot of like weird shit like that.
For
Is,
those who
like,
dare
out
to
there.
venture further into
First.
the forest, they can expect to feel they are being watched.
Like in Europe,
And
right?
some have caught a fleeting glance of an apparition in an ash-colored dress. Booby-trapped trail cams. Trail cameras are a popular way for hunters and wildlife
Yeah.
enthusiasts to track creatures in the forest. But you certainly wouldn't expect to be injured by one.
Oh my
However,
god.
in 2019, a man was severely injured.
Not gonna show that off, right? Great.
Tried to insert batteries into a trail cam in a wooded area in Harlan County.
Batteries, okay.
The camera had been booby-trapped by a disgruntled local to explode when the batteries were inserted.
Oh my
He
god.
lost multiple fingers and suffered wounds to his chest.
Shut
as the bullet
up.
exploded in his hands. Soon after,
That fucking sucks.
was arrested when authorities linked him to the devices. After searching his trash and home,
That's
discovered
evil.
Forrest's wire and other materials matching the
No, dude,
devices
like,
contents.
no. This is like a really famous one where like there's like wires in the forest that fucking people used to like what happens is like if you're a motorcyclist and you're like riding in the forest, I don't know why these people fucking put wires there, but basically like if you get caught in those, that wire goes through your whole body if you have enough if you go with enough velocity, right? And it just slices right through you and you just die. Or like worst case scenario, like you're not going with enough velocity for it to like slice through you. But I'm pretty sure that right. Well, I don't think they slice through you, but either ways they lead to like you falling off the motorcycle because it gets like you just jump off it, right? And that's like scummy
They also found a note
because they own those parts of the woods. Like okay, like
that Sawaf
it's like
told
dumb.
police he had planned to leave with one of his trail cameras, hoping someone would stop.
Like these people are like weird.
Although strangely, he did not
Right?
tell the
Like
police
it makes the cameras are like okay,
but he had
but like you know when you start putting wires and like booby traps like that, it's like why?
Things didn't end well for Sawaf. After he agreed to lead officials to the remaining devices hidden in the woods, he attempted to escape and was shot dead by the Lexington fire investigator captain. Authorities went on to discover a further 12 deadly devices.
Yeah. Not good at all.
Lilloyen. Since 2003, residents of Meules, a small town in Switzerland, had been terrorized by a sinister figure seen lurking in the Fribourg forest. Witnesses described the figure as around 6'2", dressed in a military uniform with a gas mask covering his face. He became known as the Lilloyen, and apparently he walked
What the heck does
with
that
every
mean?
day for over a decade,
Wait.
although there was no photographic evidence of his existence.
So that's like
Until 2013,
oh,
when
okay.
a local news website published the first known photograph of the mysterious man. Of course, there were many skeptics, but for the locals
Yeah.
who lived close to the woods, the Lilloyen was very real, and those who have had frightening encounters with the mystery man all told the same story about his appearance and height. And although he seemed harmless, families were reluctant to go anywhere near the forest.
I wouldn't go near the
By the
forest,
time
yeah.
the photo appeared, the police also got involved to try and track the man down, believing he may be mentally ill, or a
Hmm.
homeless man living in the woods.
It's a fucking gas
Others
mask.
believed he was a ghost of a soldier or an unidentified cryptid or alien.
A cryptid. Oh my god, yeah, cryptid wears a fucking gas mask, dude.
2013, when a woman saw the man in the forest picking flowers. However, it was reported that the creature took his own life after its clothes were found in the woodlands with a cryptic note that read, "The risk of a hunt for the beast." However, to date, this is unconfirmed, and it remains to be seen
What
whether
the heck?
Lilloyen is truly dead or merely in hiding.
There's probably somebody like not well.
Pulsating
Oh.
forest in Quebec.
Yeah, no, this is fucking crazy. Cause like, people, cause like, I think like I watched this like through Matthew Santoro. Santoro, I said Santoro. Yeah, like it was like some weird like top 50 like I don't know top 10 fucking video through him. But what was I gonna say? This is crazy because like the stories all around the world where they talk about like how there were these trees that eat like people and animals and stuff, right? So like they're carnivorous, and like it's just something to like keep in mind when you see fucking trees moving the soil like this.
If you were in the forest and saw that, it would be enough to
Yeah.
take the life out of you. It looks like the forest floor is alive and about to swallow someone up into
Exactly.
the bowels of the earth. This video was taken in Quebec in Canada in 2018.
But those stories originated in Europe, which is kind of weird.
Despite its terrifying appearance, there is a perfectly plausible explanation for the breathing forest in Quebec. And
It's
doesn't
just
sound
air.
like sleeping giants or
Yeah.
creepy forest spirits. Instead, it's a meteorological phenomenon that happens in strong winds.
Yeah.
Because the forest floor is covered in moss and has an extensive root system that wraps around the roots of younger trees.
The dirt
when
goes
sun
back
is
down.
soft and
Yeah.
it's very windy, the roots lift to create this unusual scene and give the appearance that the earth is breathing.
It's kind of weird. Yeah, that's an interesting one though. I always like to bring that story and correlate it together because it's just it's like a what if like there were man eating trees? That'd be crazy. Well, yeah, it's just always like something that comes to mind because it's something that left an impression in me.
Taking a
List
relaxing
videos,
stroll
I
ahead in
swear.
the enchanted Haldon Forest in England might come as a bit of a shock. Because in eerie sea walls are several grave markers. The haunting
Oh,
scene is the final unofficial resting place of hundreds of beloved pets, from hamsters to hornets,
sad.
and even a boa constrictor snake. Nobody knows how this sad and haunting spot came to be, but for many years, gravestones and burial markers appeared regularly, and forestry commission rangers were baffled by its existence. It wasn't until 2001 that the burial site came to public attention, when the Forestry Commission took the decision to fence off the site amid fears of a pollution threat to nearby rivers.
Oh,
They also banned more animals being buried there. However, despite
yeah.
the ban, in the past,
There's probably gonna be people like putting
mysteriously
people, like
new graves have
puppies.
appeared, and fresh flowers are
They're
added. to the grave.
animals that have passed away there.
But there is a horrifying twist to the story,
What?
because Haldon Forest is also the place that big cat experts visited in 1998 to prove or disprove the existence of a big cat roaming the ancient.
Okay, yeah, no, I think
With several sites
the whole big cat thing is like
with the
I guess it would be more of a cryptid, but also oh, what if it was like an escaped animal that started propagating?
that the creature may have been feeding off animals buried in a pet cemetery.
Yikes! Yeah. No, I don't think it was that though.
Creepy photo bomb. In 2018, Audrey
Moose.
Frechette was filming a moose on the edge of a forest in Queensland when a bizarre-looking figure appeared in shot. Take a look.
It's gonna be like fog. Watch. Oh, never mind. What is that? What the fuck?
The video subsequently went viral.
The video's so bad
No
though.
one knows what the figure in the background is, and we'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. Human remains. In April 2021, a
Skip it. We're not listening to that. I don't have the balls to like
Marie
you
Home
know fucking stream that.
full view of the public on Pacific Avenue.
Yeah, unfortunately this stuff like that found in forest.
Carbolic acid. Despite this horrific act,
The heck?
she was mourned deeply by the locals, and her body was laid to rest at Evergreen Cemetery, with a lovely headstone made from fine white quartzite. Many years later, her daughter, who was a baby when her mother died, searched for her mother's grave and found the headstone. However, shortly after, the stone vanished, and later, cemetery records were burned in 1920. No one had any idea exactly where Marie was laid to rest.
Uh-oh.
However, local historian Phil Reeder took on the task of finding her grave, and in 1997, he not only located the site, but also installed a new headstone marker.
Oh, that's lovely.
Many years later, in 2005,
It's
local
stolen again?
resident and avid hiker River Wolf, while exploring the redwoods, came across a white headstone lying flat on a steep embankment. At the time, he left the stone where it was, but 7 years later, he again found himself in the area and looked for the headstone. He made a note of the name, and an online search led him to the story of Marie Holmes. The stone was retrieved, cleaned up, and stored in the museum's archive with plans to
That's
reinstall the
nice.
headstone in its rightful place. But the question is, how did it find itself on the steep
What did my
ground
daddy yell
in the
about?
first place? Bigfoot. We couldn't do a video
It's
of
just,
Bigfoot in the forest without including
Named them another dog answered.
this next video was uploaded to YouTube in 2013 by Josh Highcliffe. It appears to show a giant ape-like creature walking through a US forest near the Mississippi town of
I hate how
Josh
interesting the background looks.
and claimed he saw it from a distance of just 50 yards.
Like, yeah, at least in this version of the picture. Oh my gosh, it's Bigfoot. Oh my gosh. Could easily be somewhere else. Like, for example, in like Asia, right? Or somewhere where like apes are found.
Highcliffe claimed the creature was at least 7 feet tall, and he ran away the moment it stood up. As expected, the clip has generated a lot of curious
I
reactions.
almost want to say that looks like somebody with a
Some know the
hoodie.
clip as the best Bigfoot footage ever. Others think it's a fake.
But yeah, it's definitely like a fake. I wouldn't say it's like a real animal, like for hair.
may get the feeling of being watched in a forest, while if you visit Storrs Mill Woods in Cudworth, England, you really are.
So these are all like
Those
England.
are unaware of the human-like faces carved into the rock throughout
Yeah.
the forest. It can be an unnerving experience.
Oh, that one's nasty
To
looking.
watch those who pass through the woods.
Butt chin, the nose.
It is said that the faces were carved by the Druids to protect the area, as they considered the trees of Storrs Mill Woods sacred and a pathway to the spirit world. Others believed it was the monks of the 12th century Breton Priory that engraved them. However, in
That one's more or less like
reality, they were
alright.
carved by local artist
Yeah.
Marvin Dickinson and his friend Billy Johnson. Despite this, to the unsuspecting visitor to the woods, seeing the faces staring at you is a creepy experience.
That's interesting.
Sliced up clothes. A family living in Bergen.
I kid you not. Like I literally do find like clothes like in the street randomly. I don't know what that means, and I'm not around there.
A few years ago,
Poking my nose where it's not
Relatively
supposed to be, right?
about what he stumbled upon in the woods in Avery County, North Carolina. He and his brother were hiking there in December 2016, and as they made their way into the dense rainforest area, they found an extremely overgrown pathway. Curious as to where it led, they followed it,
Nice.
and as they approached a small creek,
Looks interesting. Like, I want to be there and explore there, but like I feel like it'd be a little dangerous.
rusted metal, paracord, and supplies.
It's in metal.
As the trail ended, they saw
Oh my god, it's an airplane.
the plane had clearly been there a while. When they got home, they googled the plane number and found this.
It's in Western North Carolina. I said Carolina. Carolina.
That wreckage
Damn,
and
it's-
the site of someone's death had been left to rot in the forest for 39 years.
Yeah. Has it not been recovered, or did they just leave it there? Sad.
Abandoned doll in an abandoned home.
Oh
There's nothing quite as creepy as an
my
abandoned
gosh. La Isla de las Muñecas.
home. So imagine how terrified you'd
So
be.
this is what this picture reminds me of.
This is exactly what's happened to the photographer
Island of the
who took
Dolls.
this image in the woods, just off Highway 74 in Oklahoma. The sinister image conjures up all sorts of thoughts of what happened to whoever lived in that house.
Uh-huh.
Katyn Forest, Russia.
Looks
This
interesting.
looks like a normal forest scene, but do not be fooled,
Yeah.
as this place is a true testament to the absolute brutality of the Stalinist regime.
Oh.
In
There are a lot of people that got like they're not destroyed, but like
the forest,
it's
they
like
discovered a mass
killed by him,
containing
put there.
thousands of dead Polish soldiers.
Uh-oh.
It was later determined they'd been
Yeah,
used
it's
to
wartime
fulfill
then.
his orders. Today, the
Sad.
serenity of the forest hides the occurrences that happened there. Witchwood Forest in Oxfordshire, England. Witchwood Forest in Oxfordshire is stunning and the perfect place to walk or relax. However, beware that it could end in disaster. Back in 1560, Amy Robsart,
1560, that's a long ass time ago.
mysteriously broke her neck and died. Some years later,
Well, I mean,
her
she could have fallen off a
husband
horse.
ghost in Witchwood Forest while on a hunting trip. Her spirit told the Earl that he would join her in the afterlife in just a few days. As she predicted, the Earl fell ill shortly after and quickly died. Local legend says
I'd say like that's a little romantic.
in the forest will befall the same fate as the Earl.
Uh-huh. Wait, the Earl. Wait, I don't know. Was that supposed to be? Am I like not
In the
listening to these?
A hiker spotted
I like the-
in the woods. He saw what
Oh my
he thought
God.
was an abandoned house.
This looks interesting.
He realized the house and outbuildings was covered in hundreds of children's toys, from baby dolls to stuffed
Yeah, and
animals.
there's like that poster.
Many of the dolls' heads have been torn from their bodies.
Why is there a
and
cow
nailed to
head?
Posts and fences.
Fuck.
Very strange. Today,
Yeah.
the exact location or reasoning is a mystery.
Like a weird art project.
The Jersey Devil. Pine Barrens is a vast expanse of forest that spans
This is
over 2
interesting.
million acres in New Jersey, USA. The land is dotted with ruins of former mill and mining settlements, along with an incredible assortment of ghost towns. But all is not what it seems, as it's also known for its paranormal activity, and is said to be the home of the Jersey Devil. The creature is said to have been the 13th child of Deborah Leeds, born in
Yeah.
1735.
This is classic
After
story,
his
right?
death, the Leeds family was shocked to see their baby had leathery wings, a goat's head, and hooves. Soon after, it allegedly flew up the chimney and into the barrens, and it's been killing livestock and scaring South Jersey
That's like the
countryside.
the image that always pops to
Over
mind.
the years, many have claimed to have witnessed the cryptid, but this image caught in 2015, probably the most well known. What do you think?
That'd be funny if you just see something like that just floating around, not even like animated or
When lo-
moving properly, right? It's just like
when Loch
ooh,
Edge in
just like
England, a popular
zoning.
hiking area with an intriguing link to the Civil War and to the unsuspecting walker creeping through the twisted tree trunks in the forest. They might get a fright, as it's reportedly haunted by not one
Uh-huh.
but two ghosts.
Whoa.
A 13th century highwayman who made his home in the woods, and Major Small, who galloped his horse off the edge to escape capture during the English Civil War. He allegedly survived the 200-foot drop, but his spirit is said to have
Holy
returned
shit.
after his death.
It's a long way down.
Yawata no Yabushirazu, Japan's Forbidden Forest. Located less than 30
This is not the
miles from
suicide
Tokyo,
forest, though.
the bamboo forest of Yawata no Yabushirazu is reportedly one of the most haunted places in Japan. However, rather than a traditional ghost sighting, the stories around the forest center around the belief that anyone who enters gets spirited away and is never seen again.
Yeah, because like look at that.
Sinister nature
I wouldn't say it looks ethereal, but it looks
ranging from
very
ghosts to poisonous gas.
elegant.
Whatever the case,
Fuck, poisonous
local
gas.
stories
Imagine like the bamboo just like evolved, so like that it gets its nutrients by like fucking producing like poisonous gas, and that's why people don't fucking go to that forest. That'd be crazy.
times the forest.
If there's like a
Far
scientific
from
back,
something
yeah, there's like a scientific backing to like these stories. Holy shit, be insane.
Fort Myers 8. On the morning of March 23rd, 2007, Detective Sergeant Jennifer Soto
Hola, buenas
received a
noches.
phone call that would lead her and other officers into a dark forest and involve them in an unsettling
Uh-huh.
mystery. The caller said a human skull had been found in woods off
Oh,
Arcadia
please
Road
don't show
in
that shit.
Fort Myers, Florida.
Sí, sí, sí. No, no, sí, es que me lo voy a terminar hoy. Sí, gracias. Sí, sí, papi, eso será.
As they walked through the thick brush, however, it didn't take long for them to discover there was not just one human skull. There were in fact 8 skulls.
Please
along
don't
with
show the
scattered
skulls.
around a 200 square yard area.
I want to
Most
get
were
it
covered
banned.
with roots, plants, leaves, and other ground cover.
What is this?
None of the bodies had been buried. Experts were able to determine that all of the victims were white males, perhaps some of them Hispanic, with ages ranging from 18 to 49.
Some of them Hispanic with anchors. Say that again?
Perhaps some of them Hispanic, with ages
With angels?
ranging from 18 to 49. And it was estimated they were placed in the woods between 1980 and 2000. They became known as the Fort Myers 8, and suspicion.
Oh yeah, this is just like normal.
Daniel Owen.
This isn't anything TOS.
Although he was never charged with the murder. 3 of the skeletons have now been identified, but these 5 facial reconstructed men remain unnamed. Tawau Hills Park in Malaysia. This forest park in Tawau, Sabah, is home to some of the tallest trees in the world and is a popular tourist attraction. But only during daylight hours, because local residents believe the forest is haunted, and the spirits that lurk there only come out at night time. Many people are believed to have disappeared in the forest, particularly near its famous waterfall. So despite its beauty, this place should be...
This is in Japan, right? I wonder why we don't never like release this videos. There's like rarely ever like Korean haunted places, Vietnamese haunted places, Chinese haunted places, given that China is like super fucking huge. Like I feel like partly has to be due to like culture, right? Like some in some areas in China, they like curse at spirits and stuff, or like they just straight up don't believe in spirits. Because that's how they were brought up, right? Interesting.
Casey Hathaway. In 2019, three-year-old Casey Hathaway
Someone say he was murdered.
with his cousin and sister behind his great-grand's
Sad.
A huge search party searched for Casey, and thankfully 55 hours later, the boy was found,
Oh, thank God.
soaking wet and freezing in a thorn bush. It was a miracle he had survived so long in sub-zero temperatures.
Wait, isn't he the guy, that the little kid that they take to like the
When
hospital?
Casey was asked about his ordeal, he claimed a friendly bear had helped keep him alive and looked after him. It is known that North Carolina has a large black bear population, though it remains to be seen if the youngster's claim is real or imagined.
Yeah. Because it was snowing and really cold. It'd probably be like hibernation season.
Something or someone was looking out for him.
That's a nice thought, though. Like, you know, somebody was looking out for him.
Rainbow swamps.
Something.
We'll end this list on a less creepy note.
Yeah.
Although if you came across this natural phenomena in the woods, you would likely think you've landed in paradise. In
They're
2000,
poisonous, right?
Brent Rosen posted his girlfriend's
Anything like rainbow colored is poisonous.
received more than 120,000 upvotes in 24 hours. The couple were walking in First Landing State Park, Virginia, when they came across this. The scene looks like something out of a fairy tale. However, good old Mother Nature is responsible. The rainbow effect is a thin film on top of pooled water in swamps and marshes,
Yeah.
and is the result of natural oils released by decaying vegetation onto still water. It's not just unique to Virginia, it has been seen in other areas of the
Okay,
world.
cool. So I'd assume you still don't want to drink the water.
Although it's quite rare, we'd love to know if any of you have ever witnessed it firsthand.
Oh,
So that's
beautiful.
it. If you'd like us to go in
Nice. I do want to wake up at 6 a.m. in the morning. I don't want to end early though. I mean, it isn't early anymore. But yeah, we'll continue with the last 1, 2, 3, 4 videos next time. And yeah, I would like to thank everybody that came by today because I really feel like I'm just gonna fall asleep. 30 minutes, literally. Is tomorrow? Literally, I actually no, I don't know. I'm like, tomorrow I'm not busy, but I just want to get through tomorrow. That way, like Saturday, you know, I can just stream all day. No, not all day, because I still have homework to do. And maybe like by like 8, I can stream. Yeah, this will be part 1. We'll scare you. Part 2 will continue tomorrow, and then we'll get onto gaming tomorrow. Yeah. Thank you all so much for coming by. Yeah, good night, good day, whatever it is, and yeah, bye everybody. And if you want to hit the follow button, hit the follow button. Get the fuck out of here. Imagine if I was like that. No, oh my god, it'd be so fucking rude. No, thank you for coming by. Whoever watches this, right? Again, I really appreciate it, even if you don't follow. Bye.